Welcome to our channel, where we dive deep into the crucial topic of home security. Today, we're confronting a stark reality: the safety of your home is under unprecedented threat. Imagine this: every 23 seconds, a home invasion occurs somewhere in the United States. That's over 1 million burglaries annually, with a staggering $3.4 billion in property stolen each year. It's not a matter of if but when these threats will knock on your door. States like New Mexico, Washington, and Louisiana lead in burglary rates, but don't let geography fool you. Even rural areas aren't immune. In fact, crimes there are 5 times less likely to be solved. The peak hours for break-ins are between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. when most of us are least expecting them. Homes without security systems are sitting ducks -2.7 times more likely to become targets. It's time to take proactive steps. Whether it's installing a state-of-the-art security system, reinforcing your doors, or even welcoming a loyal canine companion into your family, your safety preparations must be robust. Over 70% of convicted burglars admit that they avoid homes with dogs. And remember, a staggering 29% of intrusions occur through unlocked doors or windows. Our homes should be sanctuaries, not easy marks for opportunistic thieves or organized gangs. As crime rates climb, these threats are becoming bolder and more frequent, often striking in broad daylight. Leaving an entry point unsecured, even for a moment, could be a critical mistake. Join us as we reveal the 7 essential strategies to fortify your home against thieves, looters, and marauders. It's time to transform your property into a fortress and take back control of your safety. Stay with us, your peace of mind starts here. 7. Reinforcing your doors and windows, those vulnerable barriers that stand between your sanctuary and the outside world. Believe me, a flimsy front door or an unguarded window is like rolling out the welcome mat for intruders. So let's get serious about fortification. First things first, upgrade those doors. If you're still relying on hollow core doors or standard residential locks, it's time for a change. Opt for steel core or solid wood doors, paired with heavy-duty deadbolts. These aren't just decorative choices, they're your first line of defense. And here's a quick tip that makes a world of difference: use longer screws, at least 3 inches, in your door frame. These screws dig deep into the framing, making it significantly harder for anyone to kick in. Now, let's talk windows. They're often the quickest, easiest access points for burglars. Over 23% of break-ins occur through first-floor windows. That's nearly 1 in 4, far too many. Secure these weak spots by installing polycarbonate panels or security films, which are virtually unbreakable yet maintain the appearance of regular glass. If you're open to the idea, adding bars or grills can send a powerful message: not here, not today. But we're not only talking about the aesthetics of strength, we're about making your home truly impregnable. Imagine a burglar trying to pry open a window only to find it as solid as an airplane's. That's what polycarbonate panels offer. They might look like ordinary glass, but they're designed to withstand the force of a determined intruder. And don't underestimate the power of a reinforced door frame. It's all well and good to have a strong door, but if the frame is weak, it's like building a castle on a foundation of sand. Invest in metal reinforcements around the frame, install reinforced strike plates, and use longer screws to ensure everything stays in place. When you're done, your door should be able to withstand a battering ram. Imagine the frustration of a burglar when they encounter such a formidable barrier. They might try their luck with a few kicks or shoulder shoves, but the psychological impact of a door that doesn't budge is profound. Most burglars are looking to be in and out in less than 8 to 12 minutes. If they can't get in quickly, they're more likely to move on to an easier target. Now, let's not forget about those often overlooked sliding glass doors. These doors can be notoriously easy to bypass if not properly secured. A simple yet effective solution is to place a solid wooden dowel or a commercial door jammer in the track. This prevents the door from sliding open, adding an extra layer of security. In the end, it's all about creating entry points that scream, "No easy access here." Every second you can delay an intruder is a second closer to them giving up. Your goal is to make your home the least appealing target on the block. Reinforced doors, secure windows, and fortified frames are all part of a comprehensive strategy to protect your home and loved ones. 6. Now we're diving into a strategy that could make all the difference during a home invasion: safe rooms and hidden storage. This isn't just about stashing your valuables or setting up a panic room for show. We're talking about creating a lifeline, a sanctuary within your own home for when things take a turn for the worse. Picture this: a home invasion is happening, and there's no time to escape or call for help. Where do you go? Straight to your safe room. This isn't just any closet or room, it's your personal fortress. Start by choosing a central location in your home, away from main entry points. Reinforce the walls with steel or Kevlar panels and install a solid core door with a heavy-duty deadbolt. Remember, the door should swing inward. If an intruder tries to force their way in, you want that door to hold firm. Next, fortify the door frame with steel reinforcements and strike plates. This setup should be robust enough to withstand a battering ram. Inside this haven, stock up on essential supplies: water, non-perishable food, a medical kit, and yes, even a portable toilet if you anticipate long durations inside. Don't forget communication gear: a charged phone, two-way radio, or even a panic button linked to a security service. Soundproofing is crucial. If an intruder is nearby, you don't want them overhearing your plans or calls for help. The key is to be able to stay put comfortably and discreetly until help arrives or the threat subsides. Now, let's talk about hidden storage. Even if someone manages to break into your house, you want them leaving empty-handed. That precious heirloom or emergency cash stash? Hide it in places that are out of sight and out of mind. Think of using false walls, secret compartments in furniture, or concealed safes. A decoy safe with a few low-value items can trick intruders into thinking they've hit the jackpot, while your real valuables stay untouched. Avoid putting all your eggs in one basket. Spread out your valuables in multiple, hard-to-find locations. Use hollowed-out books, hidden compartments behind vents, or even under floorboards. You're not just hiding things, you're creating a complex puzzle that a criminal doesn't have time to solve. Imagine the frustration of an intruder who encounters reinforced barriers or finds nothing of value after several minutes of searching. Most burglars aim to be in and out in less than 10 minutes. If they can't find anything quickly, they're more likely to abandon their mission. For an extra layer of deception, consider dummy safes. These cheap, easy-to-break-into safes can be filled with decoy items like costume jewelry or fake documents. Let intruders feel like they've scored, leading them to exit before they discover your real treasures. These strategies are not overkill, they're necessary precautions. Those who've experienced a break-in know the devastation of having their homes ransacked and valuables stolen. In times of crisis, you don't want to scramble for a plan. You want to be prepared, calm, and in control. A well-prepared safe room and strategic hidden storage not only protect your assets but also provide peace of mind. So take action now. Walk through your home, assess your vulnerabilities, and start fortifying your defenses. Secure your sanctuary, your peace of mind depends on it. 5. Installing top-notch security systems and cameras. This isn't just about tech gadgets, it's about establishing a formidable first line of defense as home invasions become increasingly common. Let's start with security cameras. These aren't just for show. They're your virtual sentinels, standing guard 24/7. Install high-quality cameras around the perimeter of your home, focusing on entry points like doors, windows, and driveways. The goal is to place them high enough to cover a wide area and make them difficult for intruders to tamper with. Consider systems that offer cloud storage and remote monitoring. This ensures that even if your system is physically compromised, your footage is still safe and accessible. Now, pair those cameras with motion-detecting lights. Place these lights strategically around entrances and pathways. A sudden flood of light can be enough to deter a would-be intruder, catching them off guard and often sending them running. You're not just lighting up your yard, you're spotlighting anyone attempting to breach your home. Why is this so important? According to recent FBI data, homes without security systems are 3 times more likely to be targeted by burglars. Yes, 3 times. Thieves prefer easy targets. If they see cameras, alarms, or even a simple smile, "You're on camera" sign, they're likely to skip your house for an easier mark. In fact, over 61% of convicted burglars admit they'd avoid a home with cameras. Think of your security system as a 24/7 watchtower. It's always on duty, scaring off anyone contemplating a break-in. And for the bold few who still try their luck, the camera footage will be invaluable for law enforcement, making it easier to identify and catch them. But don't just stop at installing a few cameras and calling it a day. Ensure those cameras are connected to a cloud-based storage system. Why? Because savvy burglars know how to cut wires and destroy physical storage devices. With cloud storage, even if they manage to damage every device on your property, you've still got the footage. Here's another tip: don't skimp on coverage. A lone camera by your front door isn't enough. You need to think like a security strategist. Cover every possible entry point: driveways, backyards, side alleys, basement windows, and garages. Remember, 30% of burglars simply walk through an unlocked window or door. Securing these with cameras and alarms is just common sense. Motion detecting lights play a crucial supporting role. Imagine a thief creeping up to your house, only to be caught in a blinding spotlight. Most will panic and flee, not wanting to be exposed like a deer in headlights. You're giving them a clear choice: back off now or be completely exposed. And for those of you thinking, I live in a safe neighborhood, it's time to rethink. The reality is that 81% of home robberies happen on the first floor, often in areas considered safe. Criminals are no longer just targeting urban areas, they're moving into suburbs where security is often overlooked because of a false sense of safety. So don't leave it to chance. Invest in a comprehensive security system. Make sure your cameras have night vision capabilities and set up remote monitoring on your phone. This way, you'll always have an eye on your property, no matter where you are. 4. Defense landscaping. This isn't just about curb appeal, it's about strategically designing your surroundings to deter and defend against potential intruders. Let's start with the basics: thorny plants. Think holly, roses, or barberry strategically planted under windows and along fences. These natural barriers are more than just pretty, they're your first line of defense. Imagine a thief sneaking around your property only to be met by a wall of jagged thorns, scratching up their hands and arms. It's not just the physical barrier that's powerful, but the psychological one too. When a would-be intruder sees a row of sharp, inhospitable bushes, they're going to think twice before making a move. Criminals seek out easy targets. They don't want obstacles, they want in and out with minimal fuss. By installing a thorny plant fortress, you're sending a clear message: this isn't the house to mess with. And while you're at it, don't forget about the power of gravel paths. Yes, gravel? This might sound unconventional, but the crunch of gravel underfoot is an audible alert system. It's hard for anyone to sneak up when every step sounds like popcorn popping. This gives you precious seconds to check security feeds, arm yourself, or call for help. But effective home defense landscaping involves more than just thorny plants and noisy paths. It's about removing potential hiding spots. Overgrown hedges and poorly placed trees provide perfect cover for intruders. Maintain a clear view around your home by trimming these potential hiding spots. You want your property to be as visible as possible, making it hard for anyone to approach without being seen. Here's another tactic: strategically placed rocks or boulders. Not only do these add aesthetic value, but they also serve as physical barriers that prevent vehicles from getting too close. Imagine looters planning to ram into your home. If they're met with a line of solid rocks, they'll think twice. These obstacles aren't easy to move, and they'll likely move on to a softer target. And speaking of visibility, let's talk about landscape lighting. A well-lit yard is a massive deterrent. Use solar-powered or motion-activated lights to eliminate shadows and keep your property illuminated. This isn't just about lighting up your garden, it's about exposing every inch of your yard. Bright lights act as a clear warning: you're being watched, and we're ready for you. Some might say this is overkill, but think about it. Experts suggest that a well-maintained and inhospitable landscape can reduce the likelihood of a break-in by as much as 30%. That's a significant decrease. You're not just adding beauty to your home, you're fortifying it. So take a hard look at your current landscaping. Are there areas that could provide cover to intruders? Are there entry points that could be reinforced with thorny plants or gravel paths? Don't leave anything to chance. The more layers of defense you add, the less appealing your home becomes to potential intruders. 3 dogs and alarm decals. Whether it's the real deal or a cleverly crafted illusion, this strategy can significantly deter intruders. First, let's talk about man's best friend, the dog. More than just a loyal companion, a well-trained guard dog is a formidable deterrent. Imagine this: the likelihood of a break-in drops by up to 70% with a barking dog in the picture. And it doesn't have to be a giant breed like a German Shepherd or Rottweiler. Even smaller dogs can make a lot of noise, alerting you to movement outside your home before a criminal gets near your door. Why are dogs such effective deterrents? Because criminals are cowards. The moment they hear a bark, see a dog, or even just spot a "beware of dog" sign, they realize they're up against a relentless defender that never clocks out. Dogs don't need recharging, they don't malfunction, and they're always on high alert. The sound of barking can travel further than a siren, alerting neighbors and waking up residents, making intruders think thrice before approaching. But what if you can't have a dog? No problem. This is where strategic deception comes into play. Place beware of dog signs around your property, scatter dog bowls and toys in your yard, and voila, you've crafted the illusion of a protective pup on patrol. You can even play recorded dog barks through a speaker when you're away to add an extra layer of authenticity. Now, let's talk about alarm decals. Those little stickers that proclaim your home is protected by a security system can be surprisingly effective. According to a study by the University of North Carolina, over 60% of convicted burglars would choose another target if they saw evidence of an alarm system or security dog. It's all about sowing seeds of doubt in their minds. They're wondering, is this worth the risk? Will I get caught? A simple sticker might just tip the scales in your favor. To amplify the effect, combine these tactics. Use fake dog signs with real alarm system decals, add a fake camera, or even better, a real one, and you've created a psychological minefield for any potential intruder. Criminals are looking for easy targets, not a challenge. When they see the signs, hear some barking, and spot cameras, they'll likely decide it's not worth the risk. If you do have a dog, consider investing in guard dog training. While most dogs will naturally bark at strangers, a trained guard dog will patrol your property, respond to commands, and provide an unparalleled level of security. Trained dogs know how to assess threats and act accordingly, offering a layer of protection that no electronic system can replicate. Ensure your dog has access to key areas around your home. Let them patrol the yard, have views through windows, and move freely between indoors and outdoors. You want your dog to be your first line of defense, your eyes and ears in places you can't always monitor. At the end of the day, whether it's a real dog or a cleverly created illusion, the presence of a canine guardian can send shivers down a burglar's spine faster than any alarm. Use your furry friend, or the perception of one, as a formidable deterrent. Make sure any would-be thief understands they're not just up against a homeowner, but a loyal four-legged defender ready to sound the alarm and protect its territory. 2. Upgrading your locks, deadbolts, and reinforced hinges. If you're still relying on basic home locks to keep burglars at bay, it's time for a serious security upgrade. Let's face the facts, standard residential locks are no match for seasoned burglars. More than 33% of intruders gain entry through a door using forced entry methods like kicking or prying. Imagine that just one swift kick and your door might as well be wide open. So what's the solution? It's time to invest in ANSI Grade 1 deadbolts. A Grade 1 lock is the gold standard of security. These aren't your everyday hardware store locks. They can withstand up to 10 strikes of 75 pounds of force and endure over 250,000 open-close cycles while offering top-notch resistance to picking and drilling. Think your bargain bin locks can match that? Think again. But remember, your lock is only as strong as the door it's attached to. A robust lock won't do much if it's nestled in a flimsy door frame. Enter the reinforced strike plates. These are designed to distribute the force of an impact across a larger area, making it much harder to kick the door open. Most pre-installed strike plates come with short screws, no longer than half an inch. Replace those with 3-inch screws that burrow deep into the wall stud. Now that's what I call reinforcement. Let's not overlook the hinges, a favorite target for intruders. Most hinges are held by short screws, making it easy to kick the door off its frame. Equip your hinges with long screws 3 to 4 inches to anchor them into the wall's framing securely. This way, your door can take multiple heavy hits without budging. And we can't forget about sliding doors. These are like an open invitation to burglars. A criminal can lift them out of their tracks, even when they're locked. To stop them dead in their tracks, place a solid metal or wood dowel in the track. Want to go further? Install anti-lift devices and bar locks to prevent vertical movement. For maximum security, add a few security pins through the sliding frame, making it impossible to lift out. Feeling like you want to take your security up another notch? Consider door jammers or security bars. These devices brace your door against forced entry from the inside. Even if someone manages to break the lock or kick the door, these reinforcements act like an immovable bouncer. You can grab one for under $50, a small price for peace of mind. Believe me, burglars loathe seeing doors fortified with deadbolts, strike plates, and jammers. They know they're not getting in without making a racket and wasting precious time. And remember, the more time they waste, the higher the risk they face of getting caught or moving on to an easier target. Thieves want quick access, and a well-secured door is like putting up a neon sign saying, "Move along, nothing to see here." One community defense network. Let's face it, going solo in a crisis isn't just risky, it's downright dangerous. To truly safeguard your sanctuary, you need a network of trusted allies, friends, family, and neighbors who have your back when the chips are down. Imagine this: a few suspicious characters are prowling your neighborhood, looking for an easy target. But instead of finding a community asleep at the wheel, they're met with a unified front. Coordinated lights flicker on and off, residents patrol in pairs, and dogs bark in unison. This is what a tight-knit community looks like: a neighborhood that's ready to defend its own. The message is clear: we're watching, and we're prepared. In the eyes of potential intruders, that's a major deterrent. But setting up a community defense network isn't just about having more eyes on the street. It's a strategic operation. Begin by connecting with your neighbors to establish a neighborhood watch program. This means regular meetings to discuss any suspicious activities and collectively decide on action plans for emergencies or potential threats. Use group messaging apps or radios to keep the lines of communication open at all times. This isn't just about staying informed, it's about being ready to act at a moment's notice. Designate lookout points and patrol routes within your neighborhood. Perhaps your neighbor has a perfect vantage point from their second-story window, while someone else might have a clear line of sight to the main road. Design roles based on skills. Maybe one neighbor is a skilled marksman, while another has first aid training. Together, you create a layered defense system that no single household could achieve alone. Now, let's talk about emergency response plans. What happens if an alert goes off? Coordinate with your neighbors to have a set plan in place. Do you rally at a specific house, a predetermined safe zone, or do you have designated positions? They have pre-arranged signals ready, whether it's a flashlight pattern, a specific radio code, or a simple cloth color outside a window, so you can communicate silently and effectively. Think this coordination is overkill? Here's a compelling statistic for you: neighborhoods with active watch programs see a 30% reduction in break-ins. That's a significant decrease in risk, achieved through organization and teamwork. By building a web of safety, you make it nearly impossible for criminals to target your home without triggering a chain reaction of alerts and defensive actions. Beyond defense, consider resource pooling within your network. Maybe one home has a generator, another has a stockpile of food, and another has essential tools. Sharing these resources ensures everyone has a better chance of surviving a long-term crisis. It's about strength in numbers, not just in physical resources, but in specialized skills like medical expertise or mechanical know-how. And let's not forget about communication. When the grid goes down or you're out of range, you need reliable ways to stay connected. Invest in two-way radios with strong range capabilities, or go for CB or ham radios for longer distances. Establish clear communication protocols, including backup frequencies and code words for specific threats, to ensure you're sharing critical information efficiently. But it's not just about defense. A strong community network provides moral support like no other. In times of stress and fear, knowing you're not alone is a game changer. It's about building trust and mutual reliance with your neighbors, so you know you've got a team ready to back you up. In conclusion, securing your home against thieves, looters, and marauders requires a comprehensive approach that combines physical reinforcements, strategic planning, and community involvement. By reinforcing your doors with high-quality deadbolts, strike plates, and jammers, you make a strong first line of defense. Sliding doors should be fortified with dowels and anti-lift devices to thwart easy access attempts. Building a community defense network turns your neighborhood into a formidable force that deters potential intruders through vigilance and teamwork. Engage in regular neighborhood watch meetings, coordinate patrols, and share resources and expertise to bolster your collective safety. Investing in reliable communication systems ensures that you're always connected, even in the face of power outages or emergencies. Ultimately, the primary goal is to create an environment where criminals find it too risky to attempt any unlawful entry, thereby transforming your home into a safe haven for you and your loved ones.